What is up, Panda YouTube? Today we're talking. Nice. What is up, Panda YouTube? Today we're talking about the 10 most underrated characters in Ultimate. People talk about overrated, people talk about tier lists, but who are the most underrated? It's a hard conversation. I'm here with Coney and WaDi, and we're going to talk about it.
I feel like this was way easier in games where not every character could do something. Like, I remember in Smash 4, it was like Toon Link, Peach, you know, Marth even. But like in this game, every character does cool stuff. So I don't know who, like everybody knows everybody's good. I don't know. This is gonna be tough.
Yeah, I don't know about cool stuff, but they do stuff.
They do good stuff.
They do good stuff.
Playing as them, but yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely win with almost every character in this game. So, you know, a little bit difficult. I got a couple in mind.
I was gonna say, we can start this off good. I feel like this is like very simple, but it's the first one that came to mind. I think Mario's underrated, dude, because like a lot of people were on him for a while. People were talking about him. You know, obviously Kurama was doing well, but then it was like it just died. He's just nowhere now, and I feel like enough people don't give him respect.
No, okay, no.
It's one of those like Dark Wizzy stop going to tournaments, and then sometimes the other Marios don't win, and then people were like, this character's not good anymore because everyone has super results bias.
But is it that the character is underrated, or that, I don't know, I feel like everybody knows that Mario is good. I feel like it's more like do I want to use Mario and lose respect for myself? Or do I want to, I think it's more like that, you know? Like, this character is boring, it's a boring character, you know? It doesn't have no sauce, no grease, nothing. Like, it's just Mario up airing you, and it's boring.
When you're talking about like top 10, top 15, even top 20, like he just doesn't, I don't know, he's not on anybody's radar.
I think he's like, generally considered top 15. I've had him in top 10 for my tier lists for the past years.
Yeah, I got him in top 10. Maybe we're just biased.
Yeah.
No, I
mean,
like
that's the hard thing about this video is it's like, oh, like I personally have always thought blank character is good. Like, you know, one character that comes up a lot, especially recently, is Samus. I thought Samus was top tier for like a year. Like, since she got buffed on life, I was like, this character's like borderline top tier or top tier. And everyone's like, no, she's not. And then she got like some results and people are like, this character's broken. This character's so stupid. You lost to Ice Mist. That's the only reason you think that, ESAM. And I'm like, I thought that for like a year and a half before I lost. Shut up.
I think I think it's just because like nobody really uses Samus. Like, nobody really uses charge shots in this game. I feel like this game is like swordies and just combo characters. I feel like charge shots, like this is the worst game, or one of the worst games for charge shots. It's just I feel like or
I
at least
disagree.
At least the people think, like the people like mashing. The people like mashing. You can't really mash that hard with Samus and Mewtwo and Wii Fit. I mean, you can, but you know it's not the same kind of mash.
Yeah,
they want to
mash.
I think any game where you can't shield immediately, like you commit to a dash, has good charge shots.
Yeah.
Like, running up to somebody is a commitment, you know?
And like power shielding is not like even brawl, like not even, we don't have to talk melee power shielding, but like brawl power shielding made projectiles like this unusable because it was like, oh, I'm walking up to you, shield hit you. Whereas in this game, like charge shot up close is like +7 for some reason.
Yeah, it's good for charge shots. It's just that people don't use them in this game.
So what do y'all think? Underrated?
I'd put her top 10 because I feel like she's got the legacy of just being bad all the time. That this is the first game that she's been good in like 20 years. So yeah,
the first game ever, because I think Samus, especially like current melee meta, isn't really a usable character. She's, I think, relatively by far the best in this game as a Samus player myself.
How do we feel about Terry?
I
don't believe in Terry, but I'm checking you guys. I think he's a one move Andy. So
I think he's high tier.
I think he's press A and then wiggle the analog stick.
Right.
So no, I got one. I got a meaty one. This one's been bugging me since the beginning of this game. Been bugging me. Bayonetta. Bayonetta. Like, look.
This character's just bad.
No, you're biased. You're privileged. You're privileged.
I mean, that's true. That one's true.
And I'm underprivileged because I use Rob, and Rob gets kind of. But like,
use the big characters that get hit by everything.
Here's the thing: there's only like 2 Bayos.
There's only 2 most characters. That's not an argument.
And no, I was gonna say that's why people think that she's not good, because there's only 2 representatives. I think she's really hard to use in this game, but I think with time, Bayonettas are gonna start showing up. I think they are. I think she's
It's
good. I
almost
think
been
she's got a solid
4
kid.
years, brother. It's been 3 and a half.
But it's
Okay, to be fair, we can't say it's been so long because 2 years don't or like a year and a half doesn't exist at all.
I don't know what you're talking about. Bloom Forever was like winning online events.
True, honestly, true. Yeah, they won the or got second. They either won or got second the Smash World Tour Europe, right?
I actually agree with WaDi though. I hate this character. I think they're underrated because it's the whole like, oh, it's not like the last game thing, but they're still annoying.
Yeah.
I don't think they're good, but they're underrated. I'll say
It's
that.
like she's like a fly trying to swat at me.
This one may have changed because of this weekend, but I've been saying it forever. Jigglypuff. Character's good. Not broken, not top tier, you know, at best the low high tier, regardless. And my tiers are big, so that's like 40th, 50th. But people forever, probably because Hungrybox propaganda, were like, this character's bottom 5 or 7, she wins no matchups. And then literally you see Base Mage and other pups, but mostly Base Mage because he's the one that travels. He has wins over perennial top 10 players.
I always thought Jinx was a little bit underrated. Like everybody was saying that Jinx is like bottom 5. I'm like, no, have y'all played her? Have you watched her? Like, I think that when I watch Base Mage in comparison to other Jigs, Base Mage does something that no other Jigs does. He plays really aggressive, and I think that that's a really good way in playing Puff. Like in this game, like she's Edgeguard City. She's Edgeguard City. If you just sit on the stage and like float around and try to get a little spaced side B, yeah, she sucks. But if you get in their face, like who you talking to?
Like back air's -7, jabs or -5, jabs -7. Like she's got the frame data and she kills. Like her, like you saw it against everyone at Smash World Tour, even the people he lost to. He's beat Gluto, he's beat Tilde, he's beat Cola and Goblin and Lavish and Chad twice.
Like
you don't get those wins with a bottom 5 character.
You just forward throw them and then it's a 50-50.
Jump. Yeah.
50-50.
I'll shake on Jigglypuff as long as we can acknowledge it's not underrated as in like secret top 20, right?
No, just
underrated because people think she's like bottom tier, but she's actually like high mid tier.
Yeah, people think that she's like next to Ganon. No, when I watched Base Mage, it looked unfair because he would do like an air to ground forward air and like it
combos and everything.
Jab, dash attack, forward throw, like it's stupid.
Hero.
No.
Do you think the character's just good?
No.
Bro, did you get put on the Aka assignment?
No.
The Japanese one?
No.
Bro, he's so good.
Yeah, I think this character is underrated. And like,
just low-key busted.
It hurts. It hurts because I don't want this character to be good, but like Aka, I hope I never play him.
Like you either would barely win and feel bad about it because he just rolled poorly, or you're getting 3 stock. Like there's no in between.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it because I feel like the way that Smash games work is as games go on and get better, the best characters are like the foxes, like the glass cannons.
Like consistent.
Or either they are consistent or like glass cannon speed guys like Fox or like crazy outspace guys like Cloud or even Byleth. Hero doesn't like outspace really. He's so slow. It's like a shitty Shulk. Like I'm not.
I mean that is true. He is Shulk. Shulk's broken. that's true.
I'm not. I don't know. People forget about him a lot, but
True.
I don't think he's good. But that's 2 versus 1 if you guys were on that assignment.
We can put him up here for now. If we think of a better one.
There you go.
Speaking of which, Shulk. I think Shulk's underrated. I think nobody used Shulk. I think Shulk. Look, I don't think Shulk's as broken as you said, but I think that people just forgot about Shulk. I think Shulk's like solid and just nobody uses him.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like he's one of those like acronym characters, right? Where like their techniques are so complex and they have all this crazy stuff, and then sometimes they just run into like a Mithra that goes dash attack and they go, ah! I think most people know he's super broken. It's just if you're not watching Coney, how are you knowing this?
Nah, he sucks. I'm not feeling Shulk. I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, then he sucks, which means he's definitely underrated.
Yeah. I mean, you could put him in underrated again. It's 2 versus 1, but I'm just saying.
I don't think he's underrated. I just think he's broken.
Mewtwo. I think
No.
Mewtwo don't.
One
Shut
buff
up.
away
Shut up.
from being good.
Mewtwo. He's there. He's there. I swear to you, I'm gonna make it. Like here's the thing. Everybody says it. The tail. Oh, the tail. Oh, it's big. Here's the thing. I rarely ever get in situations where my tail gets hit. You want to know why? Because I am good. Because I know situational awareness. I know what not to press. And I think that helps a lot. And I think with me, pushing the Mewtwo meta, I think that people will learn these situational awarenesses and realize that, hey, scared to ain't bad. And like the combo, he's so underdeveloped. I feel like, you know, nobody's really pushing his stuff. Like, he's got so much cool stuff.
You're also not elaborate, so that doesn't help.
And I'm
like
not
the best player is just like, I'm gonna play neutral over and over and over and over again.
I'm learning a little bit. I'm learning.
Proud of you. Finally. How long has it been?
Like 6 years. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, this character, I have good wins. You know, I have consistency.
Like, I think he's like high tier. Like, I think most people consider him pretty good.
No, I don't.
No,
think
people
so.
consider him ass, right?
No, I think people like either consider him bad or like bottom of mid.
That's what I'm saying. People
agree
think
with
he's
that,
ass.
yeah.
I think Mewtwo is like low high tier or like very high mid tier.
I feel like he's one small buff away from being like absurd, and I don't know what that buff is. It might just be weight. Like,
yeah,
it might be
honestly, the buff, honestly, to me, it's not even his tail, right? Like, it's not like the tail thing. It's like, obviously, that happens in like Twitter clips and stuff.
It was a meme.
But yeah, it is. But the thing is, it is relevant in one way, which is in this, like every other Smash game, if you get hit, you're facing the opponent that hits you. Your body turns towards them. Whereas in this game, it doesn't always. So there are some times that you will get comboed or caught out in more situations because the move turns you around, you're facing away from them, and then like it's not even the fact that your tail is big because like most of it's still disjointed, but sometimes your moves are just like your tail is now like this, like completely horizontal, and it's a huge hurt box. Like that does happen occasionally, but it's more so of like he's big in terms of like he gets comboed and then is light, like Sephiroth. Like that's not a good combo.
Yeah, I would say the weight's more of a factor than the tail.
Yeah.
You
know what?
Sure.
Coney, you got one? You were at Summit. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, there are a lot of one tricks at Summit, but I don't think Falcon is underrated. I don't think Luigi is underrated. Dude, probably Lucina. Not in terms of how good she is, but in terms of, like, just the fact that she's just died in people's public consciousness. And this becomes the issue is, like, underrated. I think everybody agrees that she's good.
It's, like, meta underrated.
Good enough for, for the meta. Like, dude, watching Proto,
so
it's,
good.
like, meta insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's one of my favorite players. He makes Lucina moves. Like he moves Lucina as fast as like Cola moves Roy, and that doesn't make sense because they're objectively way slower.
Yeah, I remember. I fell victim to this. Like, you know, I was like undefeated. Yeah, I was undefeated versus Mr. E, who's another Lucina.
Right.
And then I played as Proto, and I didn't know who he was at the time. I was like, Proto, Lucina. And I had never been beat so hard in my life. I'm telling you, that's the hardest I've ever lost. Yeah. I got humiliated.
Yeah, everyone knows she's top tier. I mean, obviously it depends on how big your top tier is, but like everyone knows she's like in contention for like top tier. Like everyone knows that. But yeah, especially considering like Pyramithra came out, so it's like, oh, why play Lucina when you can just play the better sword character? But the reason is Pyramithra may be better, but Lucina's consistent because she's got better out of shield options, way better recovery, and generally like Mithra's neutral, honestly, overrated. In my opinion. Broken character, don't get me wrong. But like Lucina plays neutral, Mithra plays neutral air, and that's a very big difference.
This one's based on...
It's based. No, it's based. It is based. It's fine, go for it.
Maybe a little bit. It's Incineroar. I mean...
Dude, Skyj's so
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Is it just one guy? Like, is it one guy, or is it, you know, I don't...
Is there
Dude,
another
he beats a lot of people.
Is there another
There's
one?
a couple. There's Skyj, Mystery Soul.
It's hard. Again, like, that's the problem with Ultimate is, like, again, as we talked about earlier, it's like, oh, well, like, 80 characters are viable, right? Out of 89. And then, like, most of them have, like, 2 people. But, like, it's hard, because Skyj be hitting people.
Get your hand on the A. Get the mouse. Get the hand. Hey, that's already a no. That's already a no. Bring his ass back off the thing.
He's broken.
Off the thing.
Okay, fine. The other one, Yoshi. Coney, I know this is a bad video for you to be on, bad thing for me to suggest, I know.
No, the Yoshi meme is overplayed. I think he is...
He's really good.
I don't know.
I don't know about really
I think he's like only like 5 or 7 spots worse than Samus. And I think Samus is really good. I think Yoshi has a really good combo game. Obviously, the best combo break in the game in terms of his double jump, because you're safe afterwards, basically.
No, that's Luigi, bro. Cyclone.
Okay, fair. Second. He has tech chases. He has, like, an invincible up smash. He has kill confirms. Like, what is he missing? He doesn't, like, people, like, he loses his swords, but that's because every Yoshi just holds forward and hits forward air. And that's all they do. But then you have characters like Yoshidora, who's consistently top 8ing in Japan, which is the neutral meta. right? Would you agree that like Japan generally probably has better neutral than like North America? And he's winning in hard neutral land.
I think every character struggles with swords. I think that's a moot point. Well, not every character, but like there are a lot of characters that have to hit with their face, right? Like a Mario or a Pikachu or something like that. And Yoshi is just another one of those, but a little bit extended.
Yoshi just feels so telegraphed with what he does, you know?
He does.
Like, I can just tell what they want, whether they're, like, he has
But can you deal with it?
Yes. I've never lost to a Yoshi in my life.
What's the best one you've played? Squirk?
No, what's his name? Suarez.
He's not common. I mean, I think Yoshi could, like, if somebody's getting top 8 in Japan with Yoshi, I think
consistently now.
Yeah, that's
because he didn't go before. It's not like he like glue up. It's like or glowed up. It's like I'm a Wi-Fi player. Yeah, shut up.
But I agree with WaDi that like it's a player diff. I don't know. I have the theory, and this is where my Yoshi thing came from, that Yoshi on average has the dumbest player base.
They just mash forward. They just hold forward.
Well, yeah, and they just hit the A button. And like obviously the top Yoshis are smarter, Suarez and those guys. I'm not saying anything about them, but like on average, I think if you're picking Yoshi, you're suboptimal IQ, sub-average. So not in like a bad way, just like not everybody can be average.
That's kind of
bad. So I agree with WaDi though. Whenever I fight a Yoshi, I'm like, okay, yeah, if they're drifting in, it's not like a tomahawk mix-up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like it's clear what you're gonna do. So
I just feel like if we can justify Incineroar being underrated because SkyJ's suddenly beating people, we should do the same with Yoshi. Because like he's beating T.
It's like
he's beating T.
But I've seen like Incineroars also do work like over the WoW. You know, I ain't never seen one Yoshi besides Yoshidora.
We gotta work past it.
Fine, I'll accept it.
You want to talk about Brawler, don't you?
I mean, I get it depends on the opinions. I mean, I think Brawler's broken as shit.
I would take Brawler in underrated because when I think of Brawler, I think like not bad, but I'm gonna win. You know, what's his name? There's a Wi-Fi Brawler. I forget his name. He uses Brawler and Yoshi.
J Mafia.
Yeah, J Mafia. I remember I had to play him on Wi-Fi, and I'm like, Brawler, you might as well go Yoshi. And then he kept getting me with the down throw up B, and I was like, this is I might lose this. And I was that was the first time I ever played like a good Brawler, and I was surprised with how much stuff he got. So
I think he's ridiculous, but also when I play characters, I'm like, they're top 10, because if I don't think they're broken, I don't play them. So that might be my brain saying he's top 10. But even like going to old, like Larry Lurr says like Mii Brawler's better Fox. I think Fox is broken, especially again because I've been reminded why he's broken. But I still think Brawler might actually, like, no memes be better. And Fox is broken. It's just not a top player plays Brawler, except Larry plays him sometimes, and now I finally am playing him.
How about Rosa? You know, when I think of Rosa, I think like a pretty solid character, but I feel like a lot of people think that Rosa's like not really good. But I think Rosa's got a lot of stuff. She's underdeveloped. We see the buzz pop out. All this weird new stuff that's like, whoa, what? Luma's doing all that, doing like handstands and stuff. Yeah, I think this character's got a lot. I think this character's solid.
I think you're right. I think you send it. I think Rosalina is definitely the pick here.
I think Rosa's gonna get worse over time. So I disagree, but maybe I'm underrating her. And hey, if you thought we underrated any of the characters that we kind of talked about, and let us know down below, and while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell and turn notifications.
Let us know what you think, but also understand there's a tacit agreement that we're not gonna listen and we don't care. This is the list right here, top 10 most underrated characters.
Not in order,
and it's not up for discussion anymore.
Nope, this is set in stone.
Objective.
Put it down in the books. Nope, not objective.
Done.
No, objective.
Nope, not neither. Facts.